I mean, they've got essentially the exact same draft. They've subbed out the Alistair for a Nord and the Rengar for a Kha'Zix. So it feels very, very similar in nature. And admittedly, if they do play it a little bit cleaner, they should have been favoured to win the last game. So we'll see. It's really onus on them to make sure it is that little bit cleaner.
Yep.
Make sure Lemus is in a position to be able to carry. And I mean, ultimately, I do feel like they can do it. It'll just be on to how they execute.
I think with the Nautilus, it does make it a bit easier to punish the Zeri as well. Just having that point and click is really, really nice. So that could go a long way. I think this is the first game so far that Beyond haven't managed to get some sort of level 1 advantage as well, even if it's as small as getting a ward in the enemy jungle. So managing to shut that down is a better start for Team Bliss.
Definitely.
Will, of course, just come down to that execution. And I'm kind of excited to see Kong around the Poppy, because it's not a champ that you would think he is particularly good at, honestly, or plays towards his style. But you have to feel like this is such a good comp for the Poppy that it almost might not matter.
Definitely. Plays very well into most champs. Hook lands from Arkia, might not have wanted that. He's getting pretty low. Going to be forced to use their potion early. And look how aggressive Beyond are playing on this wave. Using the vision of that bush. Lima's trying to push this back. In fact, he will be able to. One of the good points about having a Xayah, as we see it invade. Kongyue's going to find why not. Should be able to find something here. It's a lot of damage. Phase Rush procced. Why not getting very low? Will have to retreat to his tower. Is going to be able to get that recall off. Did not manage to get the Gromp. It was Kongyue who picked that one up. So already a nice advantage in the jungle here for Kongyue on the Poppy.
That was very weird. You know, red into blue invade, or in a Gromp, I suppose. I feel a little different, and maybe now he's just going to try look for something mid. So a lot of pressure put down very
Definitely
early.
Flash forward is not going to land the stun there on the wall, as Daystar will be forced to flash away. But a lot of pressure exerted here early from Kongyue on this Poppy. Already affecting the jungle, already affecting mid lane.
Is he going straight bot?
He is going straight bot, and Lemus and Ark here. Lemus getting knocked up here. There's a lot of follow-up, and Poppy's in the area. No flash, but certainly will be able to get here onto the Xayah. All three positions of the map here, ganked by Kongyue, and he picks up his first blood in that bottom lane as Arkia is going to flash away on the most minute amount of health, but ultimately will survive. But it is Kongyue running a clinic here on the map.
Yeah, now that is a jungler. I mean, look at that. He just kind of one jungle and then also one mid and bot at the same time. I wonder if Lemus could have flashed out there. Because it feels like he could have flashed to E and probably would have been fine. Instead chose to hold it. Hold it might be a mistake. But you're really happy with how the game is going as Kongyue here.
Definitely. Massive advantages found across the map. We critiqued the possibility of his Poppy, but certainly we're eating our words at this point.
Seems like he is just the king.
Definitely. As you see the effects, it's come onto mid lane now.
Yeah.
Daystar struggling a lot more than he perhaps would have.
Kongyue doesn't have red, so he needs to be careful, but does have that bot and mid pro. I think probably does just want to cross back to his top side. Might make a visit to mid lane first. As cares. Ooh, he's going to get hooked up.
Hook will land. Why not? It is in the area. Are they going to be able to look for the snare? They in fact do find it, but not before Kyrus gets himself to safety. Okay. Pretty nice trades for himself up in this top lane. Very, very well versed in the Jax versus Renekton matchup.
Yep.
Gone up against the best of them. Dr. Ivor, of course.
Maybe now Kongyue looking for even more on this top side. He still has his whole top side up as well. He can go to his red buff at any point. He's going to try to take away maybe one more of these camps before he does so. He has a smite. I think was going to come down to a contest.
Has not recalled, so why not should be favored in this engagement. Oh, nice steadfast presence. Will secure the ground there onto this Kha'Zix. And Phase Rush, of course, gets him out nice and quickly. Trades again bot. Lemus will not find the root as Betty will use that heal. Goes forward, flash. It will be a kill here. 2v2 found. Beyond having some great success. Arkia now trying to get away. Will there be the knockup come from Kyrus? There will. But it's not actually going to land because Arkia will go down beforehand and Betty picks himself up a second kill. He's 2-0-1, 5 minutes in on the Zeri. Why not even able to trade up topside as there is a pink ward already found by Beyond.
Things quickly getting out of control. It is always going to be difficult up against the Beyond bot lane. They are kind of just 2v2 demons. And with that gank played towards bot, just made it even easier. See how this ended up starting. I mean, it's looking sort of decent here for Bliss. They seem to be able to crash this in the 2v2. It's an aggressive hook from Arkia. And I think overstays a bit too long. Probably could have disengaged, but...
Lemus was autoing minions that whole time. And so there wasn't the route that came through.
Yeah. Ended up being very one-sided. And a double kill to Betty this early. I mean, you saw what happened last game when it was the other way around, right? Lemus picking up those first 2 kills. But Betty, off to this start this early, seems just unplayable, really.
Yeah. 0-2-0, the Xayah. The opposite of last game.
Yep. And Beyond, they are just ahead in every lane right now. Top lane really the closest part, but Lakai's about to pick up a big wave. So ahead in all 3 lanes and the jungle is a very good start to game 3 here. Ooh. Base is cancelled. And 116 does not have TP. So it's going to be forced to stick around here. And that could maybe be a window for Bliss to punish. And he does have flash, but they have a lot of CC.
Yeah, and Kongyue is not here, but you have to be scared after what happened early game. Arkia looking for the Hex Flash hook. Will not land. 1116 goes back to just farming. Kongyue and Kyrie's though in the area. Arkia might have to be careful as he goes to lane, but it looks like BYG should be pretty happy just picking up this dragon. 7 minutes in. Means they should maybe even have the tempo to get back up to that Rift Herald in time for that 8-minute spawn timer.
And getting a dragon that early as a Zeri feels pretty different.
Okay, they're fighting. A lot of damage onto Lemus, but it's a lot of damage back there. Found onto Kyrie's, but ultimately it's 1 kill found. Betty picking himself up a 3rd. Already making great headway into picking up the static shiv. Kongyue though, flash forward, will secure the wall bang. Arkia misses the hook, and it's another kill for the side of BYG. 2 for Kongyue, in fact. 3 for Betty, and plates as well. This game has become a bit of a disaster game.
It has. It does feel pretty out of control very early on. I mean, if you're going for the 3v2 on bot lane and you end up losing someone, you know, you lose a kill, don't even trade one back, that is pretty sad, especially given that it's a Zeri as well. Not even a champ that's known for the early game.
Oh, look at bot lane items.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous at this point. And it's hard to say, you know, while I did go into this game saying that I think Beyond have a much stronger draft, it's hard to blame this on draft, right? This is pretty much just gameplay. I think not, and a lot of respect paid towards Kongyue's ganks. And I think as well, question marks, of course, just around the scaling nature of, especially the Kha'Zix LeBlanc. Not a mid-jungle that wants to contest early, and you can see what happened when Beyond do have that mid-jungle with a lot more pressure on the map.
Yeah, Daystar stunned up, will be able to get away. But as Arkia might have to pay for his sins. Kongyue looking for something, will be finding the knockout, but not the damage.
He wanted it.
He was very, very close.
That's a big chunk though, and I wonder if they can just go straight to Herald off that. I think they will be able to. I mean, Arkia is nowhere near 6. He's very far away still. Carriage should be relatively close. Did get extra XP from bot lane. And of course, has got 4 assists to his name. So I think this should go over, and this is another big problem because giving Herald when you have the Renekton feels really weird. But it's just the state of how the rest of the map has been going. Liv, to his credit, is the only one that's kind of keeping it stable. You know, Daystar, he did get ganked early, so it's somewhat to be expected, but it's starting to fall behind, lost the plate. And with so much pressure lost on the map, the Herald is now picked up. Beyond getting absolutely everything they want.
Definitely. Daystar being forced to recall here, does not have teleport. And with Betty in the mid lane, it's just going to be constant waves coming in. Static Shiv already completed, of course. Lemus, though, getting some time to himself to try and find some items. Really wants to be able to cash in that cull. Maybe find a plate here, but it seems like at least 1116 feels a little bit too strong to push into too hard. Liv, though, might be the new target of Kongyue. Is able to slice and dice away as recalls do come in.
They will. Ooh. Is he going to stay? Is that ult disadvantage? So probably wants to get out of here. Why not? Is spotted there on that red buff. Kongyue, he's walking back towards bot lane, has the Herald, and bot tower's already taken a lot of damage. Alternatively, you know, with Betty already in mid, could drop it there. Daystar is very, very far away from a shiv of his own, only has the Merc Treads. Trades a lot of damage there onto Betty, but that's going to be cooldowns down for the near future. back towards mid. I want to see where this Herald goes. I think placing it mid probably is the smartest decision. Arkia needs to be a little careful.
Yeah, quickness used. Grand Entrance will secure that knock up. Arkia, no flash. He's going to be going down. But who picks up the kill? Looks like Kyrres might just be forced to take it. Actually, Betty committing the ult there to ensure he gets the gold from that. He's 4-0-2. He's having a game for himself. And at least for us over here at the PCS, we've seen the games where Betty gets this far ahead. They don't often last much longer than 20 minutes. And so Bliss really going to have to find something here to stop the bleeding of the Rift Hero going down now, as well as Daystar being the next target of Betty's antics. Why not though? Looking for the turn, flash forward from Daystar, will not find the kill, and Betty should be able to just walk away. But it's Kongwei coming through, landing all the CC he needs to pick up himself a kill. It is 116 though, should be going down here to Lemus. Actually, getting the flash out, and he's still staying alive. A lot more used here by the Xayah than you perhaps would want to. Does pick himself up the kill though. So it is a bit of gold to your AD carry.
Importantly, does stop the potential of a perfect game coming out. I think 116... Ooh, okay, so you got TP behind. I think just got cancelled here by the Xayah, yeah. So didn't realize. Bit unfortunate timing for him. Did invest the flash as well to try and get out. And well, he did get quite a bit out of the Xayah. It's a costly death for sure. As far as deaths go, though, I'd say it's pretty good. You know, get the flash out of the Xayah, which I think ahead of the dragon spawning. Yeah, ahead of this dragon spawning now. Feels like with Xayah so behind in items, and of course without the sums, without the ult, should just be given over to Beyond.
Yeah, and you see it on your screens there. Gold difference steadily getting out of hand. It's also the player gold on your screen as well. It is the 4 members of BYG, excluding Kyrres, who are at the top. 116 though, being looked at again. Why not flashes forward? We'll be able to secure that kill. It goes over to Daystar. Quickness comes through though. And why not? He's in no man's land. Flash over the wall. It's another kill for Betty. As now Lakai and Kyrres being targeted. Lemus trying to walk forward on this. It's a 4v4 ahead of this dragon, but ultimately, why not being dead means no jungle available for Team Bliss. So it would just come down to a brawl to try and stop the dragon. And in fairness, maybe if Lived can get onto Betty, there's a chance. Does have the flash, still has ultimate. And there is follow-up coming through from the LeBlanc. Kicks flash though, Kongwei will find the ground there onto Daystar. Betty picks himself up one. He's looking for more as Lemus is limping away on such little amount of health. Lived flashes the wall, he's trying to look for that one kill, but he's not able to find it, and now he's just trying to head towards his tower. It might be him going down, it is. Betty is godlike. Betty's completely unstoppable, and why not just getting back onto the map? It's found by Kongwei, who's having an absolute time of his life here against the Kazakhs. Finds himself another kill as Why Not had respawned.
Yeah, I guess that's single dingle, and you're really, I think, struggling to find a way back into this game for Team Bliss. Ultimately, they need too much time to have this LeBlanc scale up and to have Xayah somehow become a relevant carry again, because you wouldn't even be surprised to see Betty, you know, getting towards those 3 items before that Xayah even has 2. Could be insanely far ahead, and this nice pick onto 1116 was found, but you can see just, if you look at the minimap, so far up with no sideline priority, which means the rest of Beyond just can come and collapse, of course. Why not? It was found out very early. And then I think they might have been out here as Team Bliss, but they went for the re-engage, and you do kind of wonder why, because a lot of cooldowns have already been used. I guess the reason they went for it is because they found Betty, but it really cost them. Like you'll see here, I believe it's the Nort hook that starts it off. But without the follow-up, without the damage, there's no burst really remaining and not a lot of relevant cooldowns. Betty just kites back. Oh. And he never even drops below 90% health, right? There was nothing there. And teamfight execution continues to plague Team Bliss. And while, of course, they're not ahead at this time, you could at least stop the bleeding. 2 items picked up for Betty before that Mythic is even completed there for Lemus.
And it's second Rift Shield. It's spawning now. Why not sitting in the bush, but you feel like if it's face checked by the Poppy, you're not going to have the best time. They do find Betty though. Betty going to have everything dropped on him, but Kongwei with the steadfast presence just stands in front of him, and Betty remains at half HP, and there's no threat onto him anymore. Finds one kill, he's healed up, Oh my god, look at the damage coming through from Zeri. There's ult popped, Lemus is next to go down, finds the Blade Caller for that root, but not before the rest of his team goes down. There's no one but Daystar left alive, and there's not even a Baron to contest, as Daystar might just be going down, and Betty confirms that ace there for BYG just 15 minutes into this game.
That is just disgusting. 10-0-4.
Yeah.
He is actually my GOAT.
Betty having quite a game.
Yeah. Look at 1116, 0-2-1. I wish that were me. Okay, but now Herald is picked up, and with that, they could honestly push for the end. Maybe not yet, but maybe around the 20 minutes, 19 minutes, if they do manage to get a pick. It's not easy, I think, for Team Bliss to withstand this siege, because they are just so far ahead. Team Bliss, they're definitely desperate at this point, and you understand why. They kind of have to make picks in order to claw back into this game, and you think maybe this is it, where they have lots of flanks onto Betty, but he has a really good wall to go through, and Kongwei does a great job of just keeping him alive. Arkin, once again, he goes for it, but look how fast his health bar drops.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
And there, I mean, it's like Betty has the... He just has, like, full build, almost, it feels like. Everyone else has pretty much nothing. He's just insanely far ahead. He's got 3 items now.
And only the Kraken in response for Lemus at the moment.
Kongwei's items as well are pretty ridiculous. No one's going to be touching this Poppy.
Grand Entrance will land onto him. He does still have the ability to use Slice and Dice, but with Steadfast Presence he won't. And what a knock-up on Kongwei. It's the top side going down yet again. Arkia now trying to run, but Betty, he's not going to want to let that happen. Will be able to try and stop any further play, but it's going to be Kongwei who follows through. It's another kill there. Legendary is Betty, 12-0-5 now. As Lemus, the next target, he's running the wrong way. This is just inevitable. Who picks it up is really the only question. Looks like Kongwei might do it. In fact, he will.
Now, Herald was dropped bot lane. Looks like they got the bot tier 2. It's going to damage the tier 3, but I don't believe it'll go down. Few autos onto it.
Yeah, Daystar the next look. Oh, wow. The CC chaining from Beyond has actually just been insane this game, and you're seeing it there. LeBlanc, usually one of the most slippery members of the League of Legends roster, gets stunned up, Steadfast Present comes through, Counter-Strike stun comes through, and Live now going to be going down as well. Is it going to be a 13th? It is. And there's not much to say. 18 minutes in, Betty now, 13 kills, looking towards this bot lane inhib. Why not is respawn and back on the map? But what can a Kazakhs do when you're 3 levels behind the 80 carry at 18 minutes? Doesn't feel like a whole lot really can be done.
No. I think if you're Bliss, there really is just no way to come back in this game. And it feels really bad, especially because you had a somewhat competitive game 2 and then just to follow up with this one. But I'm sure they'll be able to look back at the series and take away a lot from it. It does feel just, unless there's some colossal throw from Beyond, it really is unlosable. Not often you see a lead that's this big at only 19 minutes into the game.
Definitely not. Kongwei, he's pretty confident. Maybe we'll be able to pick up 116's first kill. They're giving it to him. He gets it. It's the first kill there for Annie, and Lemus now, he's not long for this world. Certainly running the wrong way yet again. Kongwei picking up that one. And now, honestly, there's 50 seconds until this Baron. Do BYG need it? Probably not. Probably can just start to work on these other objectives that are on the map. Obviously, the top lane inhib tower, the mid lane inhib tower. But why not, though? Trying to get himself a dragon. Looks like they might be able to. So it does stop the dragon win con for at least 5 minutes and gives himself some gold from that objective shutdown. But will it really matter?
Doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's the only thing you really can do, though. Just keep playing the game as you should and just hope something goes wrong for Beyond. But they are so far ahead, and I think that it's going to be Bliss's base falling in the not-too-distant future here. One inhib's already down. The second one about to fall. Daystar, he's hitting that bot tower, which could be a problem. There isn't a lot of wave clear without him.
Oh, and that flash forward. It's an immediate double kill, triple kill. He's looking here for the Penta. Won't find the CC needed onto Live, but there is a lot of damage coming through. They're going to look for it. They've done this before. Betty will not be able to find it. This should have been that the Penta timed out. Daystar might be just giving it to him. Penta does time out. Legendary, though. The score is 2-28. Only Live does remain. It's 20 minutes. The Baron being looked at. Liv goes forward, might be able to find a kill. Does. It's 116 who goes down as Arkia does respawn, but ultimately attention now onto the towers around the Nexus, and now the Nexus itself. Why not? Trying to find something at the end, but certainly does not have the damage, as he will just be completely eliminated. It's Liv's turn. They're finding a lot of CC. Benny might go down. He does. It's a big shutdown. It might even be another one. It's the second time in the series we have seen something. But Lakai, he gets out. The Hex Gate secures his safety, but the base is in shambles. There's a bit of gold given to Lemus. A couple of shutdowns, but it all feels just too little, too late.
It does, and Daysa might just let the game end. Honestly, not even the worst idea at this point. I do feel the game is pretty gone.
Yeah.
Betty, I love how every time Betty bases, he just buys at least a full item.
Yeah.
I think there he bought BT and the Zeal.
Yeah, he's quite ahead, this man.
Yeah. Oh, you do feel bad for Bliss, right? Because it feels like a game that you kind of have to play out, but realistically, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, it is 1.5 items to 4.5 in terms of 80 carries. And you've seen the gold difference there. Almost reached 20k even, which is a K gold lead per minute. Why not? Hex Gates in to his demise. Lakai picking himself up that one. Has popped the ult. And Daystar trying to kite him around. It is Liv now turning up. Does get stunned up by the counter-strike. And actually might just be in trouble himself. He's trying to get away. But Betty now turning his attention towards this Nexus. It'll be 22 minutes. It will be Beyond taking the series 3-0 in a fairly decisive manner.
I think